Hey, buddy. Adam Lane Smith, the attachment specialist here. I never get tired of saying that. They asked me at the very beginning when my team and I launched and did all of this. They said, "What do you want to be called?" I said, something attachment. And they said, "Well, like what? The attachment guy, the attachment expert?" I said, "No, I want to be the attachment specialist. Like I specialized into this. This is everything to me." So, Adam Lane Smith, the attachment specialist here. Just want you to know how cool I find my job, right? Some people hate their job. I freaking love my job. So, thank you to everybody out there who supports me in doing this, who makes this possible. Thank you to all our members, especially here on the channel, supporting us. Thank you to everybody across the last 4 years who has assisted us. I was tracking my first video upload was August 30th of 4 years ago. So we are almost at the 4-year mark. We just hit 12 million views here on the channel and 1.3 million hours watched. So if you can believe those stats, I was blown away that we have been able to help this many people. Now, you know that our goal is 1 billion people securely attached in my lifetime. Okay? I've got a goal. I was just talking to my good friend Andre about this morning, my business partner. 1 billion people. How are we going to get there? And he said, "Well, Adam, that would be 100,000 coaches working full time for 30 years each. Or we could fix that and figure that out. YouTube will help us a lot." So thank you to all of you. I want to say that right up front. Today is open Q&A. I want to make sure I run through. I'm going to try to be quick on some of these because a lot of times these Q&A, you guys have so many good questions and I miss a lot of them. So I'm going to roll through here. Sandy Cheeks, leaving an early question in case I don't get to see the live. FA here, fearful avoidant, what we call loud disorganized. How do I accept my partner's constant "I love yous, I can't live without you" and more? Ask them why. What inspires you to say this? What is inspiring you to feel that? Now, "I can't live without you" is not something you should say. I don't say that to my wife because we have 5 kids. Imagine if she dies and I'm like, "I can't live without you." And she's like, "Wow, then I guess our kids are screwed." No, my wife and I could live without each other, but we love each other and we'd rather not live without each other. We live better with each other. I live so much better with you. That's something else. So if they're just throwing this insane level of emotional dependence at you, that's an issue. Ask them what's inspiring that feeling, Sandy. That'd be my question. And therein usually is the answer. Fearful avoidant usually needs clarity and they're afraid to ask for it. I'm going to take members first. So members with the green names, I'm taking you first. Rosie Roses, thank you for becoming a member. I'm going to take your question first, then go back. "Hi, Adam. My avoidant man pulled away for 2 weeks. Then ended it after I applied vasopressin, intimacy, and bonding tips. He said he felt close to me, then pulled away and ended it." Unfortunately, a lot of times, the ones who do not want relationships, the ones who are more traumatized and want to give in and just surrender to that trauma, they will run away from that level of intimacy. Sometimes they run away and realize what they did after they cool down and then try to talk with you and then reason with you. Cool. But you need to be very firm that this is not acceptable behavior because what they've done is chosen to collapse into their fear instead of engaging with you in good faith, especially as you're building and bonding with them. So that is a very good indicator right there, Rosie, that you probably need to find a different partner who is actually going to lean into relationships. You can't be the adult for them, in other words. So Josie, "Hey, Adam, we'll watch later." Thank you, Josie, in the future. And Myers, "What can I say due to my husband, 29 years, who moved out in March and avoided any talk about our situation? He'll only respond to business items and text. I want him to feel safe and accepted." What about you feeling safe and accepted? What about you feeling like somebody cares? What about you feeling like you are a worthy human being after 29 years of relationship? What about you feeling safe in a relationship? That's my question to you. I've been patient, asked no questions. There's a problem. I have no idea where he's living. That's an issue. Money and finances very stressful for him. Sounds like they're probably stressful for you. His 56-year-old cousin died 2 weeks ago. Friday, I asked to discuss our finances. No response. You need to be safe for you. He has abandoned you. He has abandoned his responsibility. I don't know the circumstance. Maybe there's something extenuating, but from what I'm hearing so far up front, this is a complete abandonment of responsibility as a human being. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that much of the marriage has been this way as well. You tell me yes or no, but it sounds like it's your time to find your safety. Real Vivia, good to see you. Haley, good to see you as well. Welcome in here. Behringer, learned a year ago I'm an avoidant type, 53, don't know I have the skills for a relationship. I know I'll only make someone miserable if I tried. I refuse to do that. I'd rather be alone. Behringer, remember that this is very, very, very fixable to turn around. And I'm not here to fix you. It is fixable behavior. It's still a trauma response. You have a lot of life left ahead of you, most likely. This is 100% resolvable and fixable for friendship, family, romance, everything. If you don't want that, that's fine. I'm not here to tell you you have to, but if you want to, it is 100% fixable. It's like complaining that your car's AC doesn't work, so you just are going to drive it with no AC for the next 30 years when you can stop in and get it fixed. Same thing. Elisa, I don't see the join button. Ask questions. There should be a join button down here at the bottom. It should say join, and then there's a support the channel option. There's multiple options down here at the bottom. It should say join right down here. I'll be joining today. Well, glad to hear that. But be safe, Ed Myers. Be safe for you. Somebody has to take care of you. And it doesn't sound like your husband is doing his job. Sorry to say it that way, but point blank. Innovators, HSP, good to see you. Having trouble moving on from manipulative body, etc. Hard to fall for healthy people. How to change? You know, I have clients that have this experience a lot. Really immersing into what it means to be with a healthy, secure partner and why it would feel good and what your nervous system would do. And then relapsing with an unhealthy partner and feeling the ick about them and about you. We need to transition so that you feel the ick about partners who make you feel unsafe. Most women are ignoring the feeling of unsafety in their mind and body to just try to shut themselves up to accommodate a relationship. That's what destroys you and ultimately destroys the relationship long term. Addressing the issues that give you that ick feeling, the fear, the unsettled feeling, the nervousness, by asking a lot more questions, that's going to give you a lot of payoff. That's what you really need to be doing. All right. Brooke, how can I be better at making friends as an avoidant woman? Understand the role of friendship in your life. It is not meant to be a liability. It's also not just somebody who has your back during a zombie apocalypse, avoidant women. It is somebody that you can actually share with and experience emotions with. It's someone you can process emotionally out loud with. An avoidant person asked me the other day, is there any benefit to complaining? Well, no, not to whining. But processing out loud, women in particular need to process out loud with others to understand how they feel and thereby relieve that tension. But in doing so, both people oxytocin bond together and release oxytocin, which releases GABA, which suppresses cortisol, boosts your fertility, boosts your sex drive, boosts everything inside of you so that you're healthier. Human growth hormone also diminishes pain at the same time. So there's a tremendous benefit to friendship in that regard. So how can you be better at doing that? Finding people who are growth minded and then having conversations with them about the activities you're doing. There's a whole video I have about how to make friends as an adult here on my channel. It's older. It's like 2 years old. I've been doing this a while, but go look up Adam Lane Smith, how to make friends. You'll see a whole like 15-minute video about how to do that. My team has told me that when I drop my heavy hand on the table, it thumps and the microphone picks it up as a crack. So I'm trying to get better at that. Or I'll try and get better at something, you guys. All right, JD, I lied to my FA partner, not good. About having no contact with my ex, really not good. He found out through my phone, his trust is destroyed. Yep. Will he ever forgive me? I apologize, worked on myself, etc. He's so full of hate. JD, don't ever lie to your partner about anything, point blank, especially not about contact with an ex. That is called micro cheating. I'm not here to judge you. I'm telling you that that is massively destructive for your relationship. A healthy partner might be able to absorb that level of lie and betrayal, but the problem is now they can't trust you going forward. It's not what you did, it's the complete reduction of trust. Now they have to be hyper vigilant, and the relationship is an unsafe place for them to be. And now their desire for you is at war with their desire for safety. So now that's what you've inflicted on your partner. And again, I'm not saying this to shame you. Unfortunately, quite a lot of people make this decision, and for whatever decision or whatever reason you did, this is why they are so angry. And if they're a fearful avoidant, it is so much worse. So the only way to do that and resolve that is to make a proper, complete, total apology. And most people don't know how to do that. I can train people in that. It's in my How to Build a Secure Marriage course. You might need to take my How to Build a Secure Marriage course so you see what a relationship is supposed to be. But if lies are part of your part and parcel and keeping contact with an ex, it doesn't sound like you're wanting a relationship. So you found somebody who's wild and passionate to make you forget about your ex. This sounds like a rebound to me. Is that true? Elisa, my avoidant boyfriend wants to get married. He says he needs help getting over his fears. How can this happen? Uh, have you taken my video course, How to Love an Avoidant Man? It talks in there extensively about how to move from fear to ready for commitment. How to Love an Avoidant Man is the video course designed to take you from fear to desire for commitment. I would watch that course together. If he's willing to watch that course with you, perfect. It's on my website, adamlanesmith.com. Let me find it for you. But that video course, honestly, it's why I built it. It should be called How to Get an Avoidant Man to Marry You. But if I built it that way, avoidant men would never watch it. So it is cunningly designed as how to get him what he wants. So he's willing to sit down and watch it. And the beginning part is how you have to make him feel secure and calm. And he'll go, yeah. And then it begins weaving into these are your needs and how to be taken care of and how to explain them. And here are his responsibilities and how he needs to respond. And here's how to build an intimate relationship where you both feel safe and embraced. And here's how to move into the commitment. And they're like, I had two avoidant men on set with me while I was filming it. They started off like relaxed on their phones, and then they started leaning in, and then they really started looking concerned, like this, like I need to know more. And afterward, one of them asked me, like, I really need to talk to you about my ex. I think I screwed up a good relationship that I was running away from. And I had to coach that guy through his issues at the end just because he watched the course. So I would highly recommend taking that course. If he's willing to go through it with you, that should help. Okay, I'm going to scroll for any Megan LeBon. Thank you for joining and thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. That's very kind of you. I'm going to go through and check for members. Arkian, good to see you again. It's been a while. I've been seeing a girl who's a few years older than me. How do I earn her respect? Interesting. I don't recommend asking her, how do I earn your respect? But I do recommend saying, I want to be a man who is worthy of respect. Can you explain to me what characteristics lead you to respect a man, or what traits? Because I value your opinion, and I know that will give me a good place to start. That's a great place to do it. Don't do it because you want her to respect you. Do it because you're taking that information and you respect her thoughtfulness. Rosie, I'm going to jump down to you. Thanks, Adam. That's what he says too. He's been open to learning about avoidant attachment styles. That was a nice surprise. Love that. That is excellent. That's what needs to start happening right now. That's exactly the component. Okay. Learn. That's the piece. But is he actually going to do it? Avoidant men say a lot of things. Regina, at 67, he's still keeping silent after 2 days of cooperation. I feel it's coming when he starts teasing me badly. He feels like I'm a witch because no woman ever kept dating so long, being so patient. Regina, at 67, my oldest male client who was avoidant was 79 years old, and we still did some amazing work together. But I will say it's harder at that point to turn the ship. At 67, he's been avoidant most of his life. Is he actually saying, I am interested in changing? Or is he saying, babe, this is who I am? And he's teasing you, running away. It sounds like he's still pretty settled into his behaviors. So I don't know that you're going to be able to turn that ship. Techie, good to see you again. I'm a quiet, disorganized. How can I work with a freeze response? It's so annoying once activated, it goes downhill. Yeah, no, absolutely. Being around people that you can speak to about the freeze response so they understand the context if you do it will actually make you feel safer in their presence and less likely to freeze. So clearing the people out of your life who won't work with you and have very low empathy and just want and have demands, clearing them out one by one so you're not around them, and then opening up cautiously to the people around you and explaining your freeze response so they don't think you're disinterested, and then feeling safer. As you feel safer, that's what does it. It's really hitting a certain threshold of absolute overwhelm where Broca's area shuts down, the speech center of the brain, and you get a dorsal vagal shutdown. That's really your nervous system being overclocked. So how do I get to that place? Well, it's not absolutely over revving and redlining and gunning your engine to death. That's really how you do it. So bringing your nervous system down, being around people that make you feel safe, and then working with them to feel cared for, restoring oxytocin flow that you probably haven't had most of your life, building GABA and suppressing cortisol so you don't go to that freeze response anymore. That's really how you can start working on that. Mel Brown. Hi, my FA split up with me last week. Sorry to hear that. I'm AA. Yep. He still was keeping in touch. I said I couldn't, needed time. He's respected it. What do I do now? I'd like to work to get secure and hold back and get him back. Build secure attachment for yourself, Mel. That's a good instinct. That's a good decision. Do it. Have you taken my attachment boot camp video course? It is specially formulated for people with anxious attachment style. Okay. Or if you're AA, avoidant attachment style, it will still work extensively for you in that. Or take my How to Love an Avoidant Man video course. It works great for avoidant women as well. Take that video course and roll through it. You'll see what a secure relationship needs to look like. Or take my How to Build a Secure Marriage video course to show exactly what a secure relationship looks like. So that course, the marriage course, will show you what a relationship should look like. The boot camp will show you how to build secure attachment. Pick your option, dive in, start working on this. But you get secure yourself. Break the intermittent reinforcement, the gambling addiction to that validation. That's what you've got to be. Vivia met with hubby. X said he's been doing the work, understands how he would have to show up. It would take work. Talked about reconciling or not. He said he needs 2 weeks to think it over. Is this normal? Well, it's better than him saying yes and then screwing it up later. It's better than him saying no, and it's good that there's an exact time limit. I'd say give it a shot and see what it is. And if he comes back and he says he's in, tell him he'd better be all in for this to really work. That's what I'd say. Chandrika, hi Adam. Much gratitude for your wisdom and generous heart. Thank you so much. I am honored to be able to be here and share with everybody and be able to teach like this. I'm honored that you guys want to learn from me. So thank you to all of you. You've made my dream come true. And now we've got to get to a place where 1 billion people are taken care of. Charity, multiple tests later, results show preoccupied, anxious, and fearful avoidant. Can you be too? I even took a test that showed my results on graph. It was right in the line between the two. So that tells me fearful avoidant is actually called what we call loud disorganized. It's a blend of both anxious and avoidant. So that tells me that you have an extensive history, probably of childhood trauma. You have developed primarily anxious tendencies with some avoidant tendencies. Now, what's possible is that you are what we call quiet disorganized. I highly recommend, Charity, that you go watch my videos that I've released over the last, let's say, 6 months about quiet disorganized women. I highly recommend you watch this. This is one reason I updated the field of attachment theory to have 4 attachment styles, but 2 subtypes of each for 8 attachment styles, was because quiet disorganized was missing. It has not appeared anywhere. That population has been non-existent, silent, and hidden because you don't complain. Because you don't complain. So nobody knows you exist. So I've brought that forward to begin working on that. Check out my quiet, disorganized videos. You will love them. Okay. You also have on my website the free attachment styles assessment from adamlanesmith.com. I have an attachment assessment on there that will show you the disorganized styles and blah, blah, blah. Make sure you check that out too. Okay. Chandrika, how do I present to my DA partner of 7 years in a kind, respectful, helpful way that he has DA? Ooh, Chandrika, I have, even before answering here, I have an entire masterclass on this for you to watch. If you search up Adam Lane Smith, How to Talk to Your Avoidant Man, you'll see my live masterclass that I did a few months back. Man, it's been a while, maybe 4 months back, actually. People are still watching it and freaking out about it because it was so good. How to Talk to Your Avoidant Man Without Driving Him Away. It's a masterclass. It's not under the regular video section. It's under the lives section, and you have to scroll back. You can search Adam Lane Smith Masterclass, Adam Lane Smith Masterclass Avoidant Man. Like, search that on YouTube, but you'll find it. It's there. Really great video for you, Chandrika. I had a 3-step process in there. How to talk to him about avoidant attachment without driving him away. It's on that masterclass. And Myers, hi Adam, we have 4 adult daughters. He's avoided speaking to them about this. Sounds like he has abandoned your entire family. Is this how he's always been? He's just more of it now, and he's decided the gloves are off and he doesn't have to play nice anymore. Because abandoning your entire family is quite something. What can I do or say to get him to open up and talk? I know he's struggling and in pain. Yes, but is he willing to accept any level of human connection with you at all? That's a problem. I'd highly recommend you go pick up a book. It's called The Second Mountain. The Second Mountain. It's a book by David Brooks. I can hear you on Amazon right now ordering it, hopefully. Amazon, David Brooks, The Second Mountain. It talks extensively about, in particular, avoidantly attached men. Sorry. All they do is bump. All they do is focus on money, wealth, power, and growth in the first part of their life. And then they fall into, and they climb that first mountain, they fall into a valley of depression because there's nothing, no meaning, no connection, no relationships. We call this a midlife crisis sometimes. But then they look up, and hopefully eventually their fix is to see the second mountain of life, connection, legacy, relationships that they have failed to attend to, that they actually destroyed and disrupted on their way up the first mountain. So I'd highly recommend checking that out. Elisa and Marion, thank you to support the channel, and thank you for your kindness and help. Thank you. I'm going to jump down and take members' questions really quick because I want to support you guys. Archeon, I haven't been working on my attachment stuff for a while. I've mostly been focusing on fitness. I want to know, what should I do to become secure? We've had this talk before, Archeon. How are you relating to the people around you? Are you having honest discussions about your challenges and resolving them with people? Are you talking about the things that make you feel uncertain or unsteady? Are you getting clarity in your relationships? Really, that's what you need to do to become more secure. Be secure. Ashley, sorry I'm late. You're right on time. You're all good. If you have a question, drop it. Remember that members get chat priority. Megan, thank you. Just joined, yep, and got the marriage course. Thank you. I've taken your quiz. I'm highly secure. Love it. I'm recently re-engaging with my FA Muse after a recent freeze. Okay. What steps should I take or not take? I highly, highly recommend, Megan, that you step into that relationship with a clear conversation about what everybody wants, what challenges have been there, and how you're going to resolve them as a team. Take this as an opportunity-based conversation. We're going to grow together. We're going to talk. Let's note down the challenges we've had before, the sticky areas, the friction points, and build plans structured for each one to tackle them together. Now, this is hopefully going to resolve their fear of the unknown, and it's going to embrace them and release oxytocin for them. But as you go through the list and check them off, you build incredible vasopressin as well as a couple. One thing I've been having my couples do when they come in for coaching is I have them write down a list of their 3 top fears in the relationship of situations that make them afraid or triggered or set off, fears they have about what could happen, uncertainties they have, confusion points they have, their top 3, write them down. Now they've got 6, there's the number, 6 exact things to talk through and manage and fix together as a couple. Oxytocin, vasopressin. You are seen, you are relieved, you bond by doing. Do that. Take that approach, Megan. That should work. Marion, does an avoidant sometimes self-sabotage for fear of failure or fear of not being good enough? Avoidant people can self-sabotage. But not usually for fear of not being good enough. That's usually that indication of what we call fearful avoidant, what we've now retermed loud disorganized. Loud disorganized has a blend of avoidant, but also anxiously attached. So what you see is avoidant traits on the outside, but then whoosh, a reveal of anxious tendencies on the inside. I'm not good enough. The self-doubt and the self-esteem issues usually come from anxious attachment. Most purely avoidant people don't have those. Okay, not really. So avoidant people might say, I don't think I can meet your needs, but that's more about your needs being way up here and unreasonable. I don't think I can be this for you. Well, that's because you're demanding this. Okay, wait, my hand's not even visible on the screen, and that's accurate. So that's the issue. So this is what we need to build, is an awareness that you can have both. I would guess that person probably is the blend of the both. All right, I'm going to roll down here. Megan Ottenbacher, thank you. Thank you, Megan, for being a supporter on the channel and being a member. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the help. I will take your question as well when you drop it. Elisa, after watching your videos online, it helped me understand why he needed space so much. And after learning his language, he really didn't need space anymore. And he would actually cry in front of me. That's the magic. I see your second thing. I'm going to go down and answer it. Now, we both want to do therapy. We have our first session Friday. They don't have a specialty in attachment styles. I'm worried he won't be able to overcome his fear of marriage. Elisa, two things I highly recommend. One, walk into that session and treat your therapist like a contractor who's there to redo your kitchen the way you want it. Most therapists wait for you to be leading and directive, and most people don't realize that. They think the therapist will walk you through it. No, therapists are usually trained to let you lead, but most people don't. So then it's both people looking at each other like, what do you want to talk about today? We want to work on fear of connection. We want to work on avoidant attachment and fitting together, and we want to have all the conversations that we're afraid to have. Guide us through that. Go. That's how you need to treat your therapist. And I say this as a former licensed marriage and family therapist myself. That's how you need to treat your therapist, number one. Now, Lisa, if you want more information to then bring into the session, I highly recommend you both take my video course, How to Love an Avoidant Man. It's on my website, adamlanesmith.com, How to Love an Avoidant Man. It is not just for him, and it's not about catering to him, but it will show you exactly how to overcome those fears of connection, fear of bonding, fear of intimacy, and make him feel so safe that he's fully relaxed into you. He's starting to do that process already, which is so great. If the two of you take that course together and then take key points from it to your therapist and say, walk us through this conversation, boom, there's your winning strategy. I would take it that way. That's how I would do it. Great questions. I love that you're even asking those. You're right ahead of the schedule. Arkan, I'm at the age where I'm looking to find someone, settle down, have kids. Any advice for raising securely attached children? Arkan, I highly recommend you go on Instagram and look up a woman named Lisa Chan. Lisa Chan Coach. She is coaching people on attachment. She is fantastic. Lisa Chan, she is wonderful, okay? She does what I do for adults. She does for children, and she teaches people how to really build secure attachment in children. So I'd highly recommend you check her out on Instagram. Lisa Chan Coach. You'll see her. She's a wonderful human being. Wonderful. Elisa, I know he'll be willing to watch your videos. Should we watch one a week, one a day? Talk with him about what will overload him. Talk with him about what's comfortable. Watch the videos and then say one thing that stood out to you and one thing you'd like to apply from it to your relationship. Each of you have that. One thing that stood out to me, one thing that I want to apply, I'd like to apply as a couple. Ask him what's too much. That question alone shows that you care about him and you're not shoving him through the meat grinder. What will be too much? If we get to too much, would you let me know? We could pause, not stop, but scale back. Can we do this? Why don't we watch the videos? Do you want to pick the video and see what sounds interesting to you? Talk with him. Make it a conversation with him. Thereby, do you show that you actually care about his feelings and his nervous system? That's what I'd recommend. Ashley, my husband's been treating me very distant and spending thousands of dollars lately. He's starting to come back. I don't want him to be nice to me now. I hear that. Do you have a question? Because that's raising a lot of flags for me. Ashley, and I understand why you're uncomfortable with that. Megan, I'm anxious. He's DA, avoidant. Okay, of course. I'm glad you're aware. I'm trying to be nonchalant and give him space, but how do you set the boundary that I prefer we be exclusive and what cheating exclusivity would mean to us? Great question, Megan. I am a big fan of going and talking to the person saying, hi, I think you're amazing. I want to make sure that we're on the same page. This is what I'm looking for, is a long-term, exclusive, committed relationship. Is that what you're interested in? And if so, what does that look like to you? And then what more do we need to do to get to a place where we can both commit to that? And then you have a conversation about taking proactive steps toward it. Then you have a conversation about what constitutes faithfulness and cheating. Then you have a conversation about if they even want that with you or not. Make it into an opportunity-based conversation where you're inviting them into something fun. If they don't want what you want, you cannot convince them. You will not be able to love them into it. Women get this very, very wrong. The guy's like, I hate relationships, I hate commitment, and I would rather die than be in a monogamous relationship. And the woman's like, if I have sex with him enough, I bet he'll change his mind. No, you're going to have sex with him a lot, and then he's going to say, I'm doing everything right because she's having sex with me. I should never, ever change. That's what ends up happening. Having boundaries, having that growth, that understanding of what you want and applying it, not only will filter out incorrect people, it will attract the right men who want what you want. Being afraid to share what you want, that actually turns off the good men, and it actually attracts the unhealthy men because they smell blood in the water and they can get anything they want. Rosie Roses, thanks, Adam. I've also been quite anxiously attached. I know I had my own flaws. I'm trying to work on them, become secure. Love it. That's exactly the pathway. Build you, and the healthy, secure people will come find you. That's usually how that works. Megan, I found out he has platonic private conversations with female friends on social platforms. I'm really uncomfortable with that. Does that make me insecure? Well, it depends. Is he having in-depth emotional discussions with you where he's opening up and sharing, where your intimacy is high? And if you're in a committed monogamous relationship, are those women becoming friends with you where you get to meet them? That's really the appropriate shift. It's not never speak to a woman ever again. It's does she engage with you and respect your relationship so that you know they have an appropriate relationship because there's a trust between you and her. Make sense? That's how it needs to be if that's going to continue. It's very hard to have opposite sex friends, though. It's honestly very hard for a variety of reasons. Ashley, tell her not to marry him. You can convince him that's the easiest part of marrying someone like that is not going to go well. Trust me, I bought my own ring. Ashley, oh, it sounds like you were very devoted and caring, and married someone far beneath your level of devotion and caring. And I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're gaining the awareness now, though. Emily, what if someone you care about has become very reclusive? Do you tell them you care about them and to reach out if they want? I go to them and say, "Hi, how you doing? I've noticed you've become reclusive lately. I want to be respectful, so if you need time and distance, tell me so. But I'd love to reconnect if you're ready. Is there something holding us back? Are you ready to reconnect? Can we do that? Can we go to lunch, or do you need a little bit more space?" I go to them and ask. Worst thing in the world when you're when you're an introvert, to be adopted by an extrovert. Marion, do you have a course for how to help a DA? How to love an avoidant man. Honestly, it's a program designed to unavoidant him and get your needs met while making him fulfilled and bonded to you in a way he's never believed was possible. A lot of people have asked me about that. Why don't I'm going to drop it in chat, and then I'm going to pin message. Now you can go on adamlanesmith.com, click the courses tab, and there's my courses. There's how to love an avoidant man right there. But I highly recommend checking out that course right there. Okay. Hey, Locke, good to see you again. Why most of your audience is women and anxious men? Most of my audience is women, for sure. I think it's something like 83% here on YouTube. And most of them are loving an avoidant partner or have, and or are trying to build a securely attached relationship. So yeah, for sure. I will say when people go to get better, men tend to go internally and say, "How can I improve myself?" So they go to like self-improvement podcasts. I'm thinking of like Modern Wisdom, Chris Williamson. I've been on there 5 times now. I'm thinking fitness, like Mind Pump. I've been on there 6 or 7 times. I'm thinking, these good like self-growth podcasts. Men go inward, women go outward toward relationship. So when you run a relationship improvement system, women are the primary ones who want to learn that. Men do come in too. I get a lot of men who do, but men first go inward to try to fix and improve. And then only after that does it occur to them that maybe I could go outward into my relationships. That's part of my work, is actually teaching men that your relationships will help you grow. It's not you alone in a cave kung fu master style somewhere. That's usually why. It's not that women are better or care more. It's just the way that we think. Women are very much more relational in their thinking. Archeon, not related to attachment, but I do have food addiction. My mom still feels like she needs to hide food in the house. How do I earn her trust back? Building discipline and demonstrating that level of discipline. That's really how you re-earn somebody's trust. And then having a conversation with them, showing your mind process and how your mind and discipline have shifted. Ashley, I don't have a question. I just feel bad for him. He has no idea what's coming. I've been so nice, not anymore. Gotcha. Honestly, sometimes we reach a point where we need to just be brutally honest. I usually tell people, do it from a place not of anger or hatred or resentment. You will regret that over time. Find a place of love and pity, and it sounds like you're working on that. You feel sorry for him. Excellent. Sounds like it's probably time to make that shift then. And let me know what I can do to help you during that process, because it is a messy, messy process. Make sure you have good family, friend connections to support you as you go forward. Rosie, probably the last one I'll take. Megan says, got it. Thank you. You're very welcome. Rosie, you'll be my last one of the day. What would be the best course for me to take? Attachment boot camp, how to love an avoidant man. That's a great question. I will say, if you are wanting to work on improving your own attachment, to be fully secure in yourself, in your friendships, in your relationships, that masculine focus, right? Almost like go inward and fix me so I am steady. That's the attachment boot camp. For masculine mindset or people who are ready to really take on themselves first, the attachment boot camp. Most women are very relational focused, and when I say work on themselves, they're like, well, I don't know, I just really want this guy, like this guy, and we're like, no, fix you first, but this guy, like, so for them, for women who are very relationship focused and want to build a loving, intimate relationship with an avoidant man in particular. Um, and also for anxious men who want to build a relationship with avoidant women, actually, the course works great for that. How to love an avoidant man so that you both feel loved, intimate, and safe within the confines of that avoidant attachment. The marriage course is for I don't understand how marriages work. I'm afraid of divorce is coming. I want to build an intimate connection for the rest of my life that grows me and enhances my life and my partner and our children and everything we're building. And I want every skill I need now to build a lifelong bulletproof relationship. That would be the How to Build a Secure Marriage course. I'm saying this now for you, Rosie, but for everybody as well. This is what the three different courses are for. They all click in together. Fix my own attachment style, and work with an avoidant partner, and craft an incredible, deep, lifelong bond forever. All three courses fit together like that, but that's what I highly recommend. Usually people start with the boot camp because they want to fix them. Men will start especially with the boot camp. Women will usually start with the How to Love an Avoidant Man video course. Then from there, they grow into the How to Build a Secure Marriage course. That's usually how it goes. Megan, because avoidant don't realize they have a problem. Yeah, though they're in hardcore survival mode, and so that has served them, and they don't understand an alternate because they've never experienced oxytocin bonding, so they don't know that there is a second way to be living. It hasn't even occurred to them, that trauma component there. So it doesn't it doesn't compute for them at all that there's an alternate way. Anxiously attached people are in a living fearful hell all the time, and they think it's their fault. So when you tell them it's not, it's this issue and it's fixable, they say, oh, thank God, tell me everything. And they stampede toward you to try to learn how to get out of that fear mode because they know there must be another way of living. So that's really the disconnect. I'm not here to say one is better than the other. They're very different in how they operate and what their experiences are. The anxious person has the bonus of having experienced oxytocin, and then it's taken away, so they know what to aim for. They just don't know how to get there. The avoidant person doesn't even know there is a target. That's really the crucial difference, but I see between the two of them. And Myers, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for your kindness and support. I appreciate you. Thank you to you and to everybody who joined here today. Thank you to everybody for all of your kindness and support. Thank you for helping us get one step closer to helping 1 billion people build their secure attachment in this world. Before I pass away from this earth, wherever that is, if it's tomorrow or 1,000 years, I've got to get 1 billion people securely attached. Okay. I'm hiring new coaches right now. We're being incredibly picky, and we have to be because it's our responsibility. I'm hiring new coaches to expand our team. If you need coaching, we are available, me and my team. We have courses. I even have books. I don't know if you guys know that I have books on Amazon. Check Adam Lane Smith, Slaying Your Fear. There's a lot of copycat almost titles because it became a #1 Amazon bestseller on anxiety for a while. Adam Lane Smith, Slaying Your Fear. It's over my shoulder. Adam Lane Smith, Exhausted Wives, Bewildered Husbands. Those books are on Amazon. I have all this material here on YouTube. If you need help, please don't hesitate. Please come in. Even just email us, support@adamlanesmith.com. We'll meet you where you are. We'll give you some advice. We'll tell you how to work forward. Whatever that looks like, we'll take care of you. Okay? We're here to help. Everybody out there, thank you so much for being you. I appreciate you guys. I see one more question from Elisa. What about being a recovering anxious style? How can I not focus on him so much and focus more on me? I do a lot of study on his style, not mine. That's most women right there. And I'm not trying to be so hyper focused and jealous. Elisa, that is most women who come to me. They are hyper focused on loving him. And it's because they don't understand or believe how much power the woman has. She is used to feeling utterly powerless. It's called an external locus, LOCUS, external locus of control. Learning how much power you really have to build oxytocin bonding outside of romance, friendship, family. The Attachment Bootcamp will show you how to do that. If you need to pick up my book, Slaying Your Fear on Amazon, Pick up Slaying Your Fear on Amazon first. It's available. Make sure it's Adam Lane Smith. There's a lot of copycat titles trying to steal the thunder. Adam Lane Smith, Slaying Your Fear. Pick up that book. You're going to start seeing that growth in that prep process. You want to go deeper, jump into the boot camp from that. That's what I highly recommend. Someone told me to tell my boyfriend he needs to put a date on it. How do you feel about that? A date on fixing it and getting engaged? Well, I think you guys need to get to a securely attached place so that you can actually have a legitimate, straightforward conversation so that you are the one telling your boyfriend he needs to put a date on it. See how that works? There we go. All right, everybody, you take care of yourselves. Be secure by doing secure things. Even if you don't feel it yet, be secure by having the conversations and being direct. I will be back tomorrow, okay? 11 a.m. U.S. Central Time, same time slot. I'll be back tomorrow. I will. Don't worry. I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. U.S. Central Time. I'll also be here on Saturday at 1 p.m. U.S. Central Time, okay? 1 p.m. U.S. Central Time. They're both scheduled on the channel. You can sign up for notifications. You take care of yourselves, everybody. Thank you again to the members, and I'll see you again tomorrow.